welcome into game one of the CCA Open number 2 today. A little deep into this game, we all know Rocket League, they like to get things going nice and quick. Speaking of nice and quick, 51 seconds in, St. Clair College gonna find his first goal. Coming up in round 1 up against U of Maine. I'm Josh Profundi, joined by Amanda Dupuis. How you doing today, Amanda?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for a day of Rocket League. As you can see, Saints have already gotten 2 goals.
Spoods is just free playing right now. Yeah. Look at this guy in the corner.
Look at that.
Drops off the ceiling, back up with that flip. He's able to just absolutely snipe the net. 2 defenders there, but just a little bit too deep into the corner from U of Maine. It looked like both of those players really trying to contest Spoods, and he makes that play off the ceiling, and 2-0 to start off this game. A hot day for the Saints so far. This is what we've come to expect from this team, especially in these early rounds of CCA. Just explosive gameplay, and especially in the first game. I feel like the first game of every series, we somehow see a goal in the first 40 to 50 seconds. And then every time one goal is found, I feel like in the first game, it just opens the floodgates in general.
Absolutely. And just as we say that, U of Maine is going to get that goal here.
Ramen actually tried to pass it out to the middle and squeeze right there for that interception. He's able to find his own shot off of it. Tighten up that goal differential just a little bit. Now 2-1. Still 1 goal lead for the Saints, but we know how fast 1 goal can go in Rocket League. Speaking of that, Spoods trying to bring it back to a nice 2-goal lead, but he's not able to find that one. He's going to pop off that backboard, cleared out here. Christian's still in this zone. Can you find that touch? Airlax, that's a good congestion in the air.
Ooh,
the bounce.
So close. Oh, and he gets it. Ramen is going to score the 3rd goal for Saints.
I mean, look at this reactive play here. He sees that ball coming in, pops right over the defender. Meat Pants, no boost to work with, no flip left to really reposition himself to make that save. And Christian was just a little bit closer to the net than that defender. 3-1 now. As we said, when the Saints start finding goals, a lot of times it doesn't stop.
Oh, absolutely. Looks like Spood's going to carry it over towards the blue side. It's not really going to find anything here. Just going to be passed around mid.
Yeah, there's a nice carry from Christian right over Meat Pants. It's not going to hit the goal, but Ramen is there for that rebound off the post by Christian. And the teammate always there. Meat Pants, he's always just a little bit late on these saves. We've seen it twice now from Christian up in that crease. Just able to finesse the defender out of the way. And now a 3-goal lead for the Saints. And we're not even halfway through the game yet.
Yeah, Christian tried to make something work there, but it's not going to happen. Kind of passing it back and forth right in front of the net.
Clear out by Squeeze. But Spoods keeping it in this half for as long as possible. This has been a big cornerstone of the Saints gameplay recently, has just been keeping the ball in that opponent's zone as much as possible. Because, I mean, realistically, how are you going to get scored on if they can't even get the ball away from their net? You just got to keep pressure. And until that pressure is returned from U of Maine, the Saints see no reason to stop it. No reason to really take their foot off the gas. I hate saying that in Rocket League. It just feels like the worst pun in the world. But
exactly.
Ramen still trying to get these setups from the air. Ramen known as, or at least we know him on here as that guy who loves that air carry. He loves the setup from all the way from the ceiling down to the middle. And then Spoods or Christian will just come in and absolutely knock that ball past that goal line to clear out. Christian has to follow it into this corner. That's a good bump by Airlax, but nobody really to follow up on that. Squeeze just a little bit late and not enough boost to work with. He's sitting at 0. Meat Pants has to try and make this save, but it's actually just going to be the bounce over the crossbar there. And a little bit of the reset on the pressure here, but still a 3-goal lead for the Saints.
Yeah, we're going to see Saints going to try to get a goal here on the net. But Aerolax actually going to carry this out of the blue zone. Going to try to get a goal here, but Spoods manages to save it.
Airlax almost had that angle on Spoods' contest as well, but just a little bit wide to the right side. And now you're really in crunch time here, U of Maine. You got to make this happen. Spoods messed up bump off of him. but Squeeze has to hit it up towards that backboard, does not have the angle to send it down, does not have the flip left to send it down. With 42 seconds left, 3 goals looking dire. Game 1, most likely going to head over to the Saints. But U of Maine, I mean, we've seen crazier things in Rocket League, but 30 seconds for 3 goals is definitely a tough one. You really got to get in gear here. You really have to try and find these, but the Saints just playing keep away at this point.
Yeah, Ramen going to get that save there. Meat Pants and Aerolax going to try to see if they can stop this ball, but it's going to go in the blue zone, even against their best efforts.
The unfortunate part now for U of Maine, once it hits that 30-second mark and you haven't found a goal in that last minute, 3-goal lead is just too much to overcome. Ball's going to touch down. That's going to be game 1, headed over to the Saints. Pretty dominant in that first 2 minutes. And then they just kind of get to chill and play keep away and keep the shots up. Look at that, 8 shots on Christian, 5 on Spoods, 2 from Ramen. But don't need shots when you're finishing off those goals if you're Ramen. Still got 400 on that scoreline. But Christian, the main player for that pressure in this game.
Absolutely. Christian was definitely the MVP in my eyes that game, able to get those goals. Carry the ball around as much as possible, just make those big plays.
Yeah, he's almost it's weird because we often see Christian actually being the one to receive a lot of these rebounds and find that second touch for the goal, but in the end, he ends up playing more of that support role. I think a lot of it just came from the fact that a lot of those shots ended up touching the post or hitting that crossbar, and you have to rely on Spoods or Ramen there for the rebound. But I mean, you take the goals how you find them. Christian, a little bit of setup man in game 1. Now, we always talk about game 1 being that adjustment game. U of Maine, in a best of 3, you don't got much adjustment to work with. You got to make this game happen. But when Spoods is going to find a touch off the backboard and Ramen going to be the one to hammer it into the net, I mean, another 22-second goal there, 28 seconds before they touch that ball, but 22 on the clock, tick down, 4:38. Saints already found the lead here in game 2, looking to just punch their way through this bracket.
They always say when it comes to Rocket League, whoever gets the first goal is lucky or likely to win that the series. So we'll have to see if that will remain true here. Ramen gonna do that famous air carry across, gonna pass it over to Spoods. Spoods, little reset there. Not gonna be able to make anything of it, but Christian is close by to try to make something happen.
Yeah. Like you said, that first goal, very important. It takes a very solid team to get scored on right at the starting of the game, right? Be down a goal or two, and then still make those adjustments in-game to realize, okay, why did we get scored on there? How can we fix it, and how can we come back in this game now that we're playing on the back foot a little bit? I mean, we've seen U of Maine find those goals in the series, and you keep it 1-0 for a bit, and you're definitely feeling fine nonetheless, but still got to get some pressure on the Saints here. We saw, I think it was 5 shots total from U of Maine in that first game. And a lot of the ones that, counted as shots, but they were wide or to the right a little bit or just a little bit too high on there and hit that backboard. Now Christian playing it slow. Demos come through. It's Aerolax actually to fall. So the Saints have a little bit of time to work with, but Ramen taken out of the game. Aerolax tries to make this air carry, sends it out to the corner. Spoods, good for that contention. Now there's only one defender back there. Meat Pants, you really got to make this work. Aerolax full boost. He's able to come support his team, but the setup towards the middle, not going to be good. Christian doesn't necessarily want to go in on that one because somebody has to play defense there. Somebody has to make that rotation to half.
Absolutely. We're going to see Saints going to try to make this goal happen. Christian, just going to be shy of that goal. Spoods tries to follow up, but it's not going to work.
Yeah, just shy of it indeed. Tries to find that angle. Ramen right off the nose of, I believe that was Meat Pants there. Let's take a look at this nice little replay. Aerolax, Meat Pants tries to go in on it. He just barely makes that touch, but Ramen full boost there, flying in, now secures that 2-0 for the team and a much lower scoring game coming through here. Yes, the Saints are still up 2, but U of Maine shutting down the aggression much better than they did at the starting of the last game. Still got to dig yourself out of that 2-0 deficit, though.
Yeah, Squeeze gonna get that save there. Bring it back over to the orange side. Do a little bit of an air carry here, but Ramen is gonna stop it and save it.
Ramen carries it out. Airlax, that's a good congestion. Spoods goes a little bit wide on that one, and Squeeze gets through, but Christian is always good for these bumps out of the zone, and now you see Spoods is going to rotate back to be that defensive player. It's Ramen and Christian to make this play. A great save from Meat Pants, sends it high, and Spoods now re-boosted up back in the game, but he's not able to make anything happen. It's a clear back out towards the Saints.
Yeah, Christian just gonna keep this away from the net, gonna dribble it over to the blue side. See if he can get this here. Ramen ready to follow up. Gonna bounce off of the backboard. Spoods, again, bouncing off of the backboard. Not a whole lot that the Saints can really do right now.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're playing with 2 goals up, too, you're kind of fine with playing ping pong a little bit. That could be dangerous. So neither defender nor offender there able to find that touch. However, Meat Pants a little bit wide. Spoods was a little bit wide on that one as well. It ends up being a corner scuffle, ending in a clear out towards U of Maine. Airlax with it in the corner, sends it up high, but making a very slow setup here. Look at Ramen there, just waiting for that read. He knows he doesn't have to really make the aggression happen or turn on the Jets necessarily, so he just sits there, waits for Airlax to use up his boost, do what he wants to do, and now they just get to sit there, play defense. 40 seconds left, 2 goals up. Yeah, you can try and shoot them like that, but the clears are the biggest thing here. A nice slow ball over half is going to chunk out a good 5-6 seconds, and when you're down 2 goals, that is everything to U of Maine right now. You really got to make a miracle happen. Squeeze comes over from half, but can it happen? 15 seconds left. The Saints looking to lock this one down.
You know, when there's 15 seconds left on the clock and Saints still have that 1 goal bumper there, Airlax going to get a goal. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult for them to get 1 goal in 10 seconds here.
Squeeze actually bumps 2 players, both his teammate and Ramen or Christian, out of that little deadlock there, and he's able to just grab the ball right off of him, make that goal happen. But now you've got 5 seconds to work with. You have to make a rally. Saints' goal here is just to make that ball touch ground at 1, and that's going to be it. Just barely does it make it to that corner. 2-0 in this first round for St. Clair College. U of Maine given a little bit of resistance, but just a little bit too late there.
Yeah, it definitely was a great game for Saints. Kind of like what we said, whoever gets that first goal in the game is likely to win that game. And I guess overall the series, so Saints did a wonderful job.
Yeah, 100%. 2-0 to start in a very, very positive first game to look at. You're nice and warmed up. Everybody's coming off. First game, you get in, find 4 goals, 13 shots. I mean, can't ask for much more there.
Absolutely. So Saints will move on in the bracket today. Do we know who we are up against next?
Believe it's just going to be that winners round 2. I'm not 100% sure, as the rest of the bracket still has to shake out, but we're going to throw it to a break here. That next game, I believe, is scheduled for a 12:30 start, so keep an eye out for that. We will keep you updated when opponents come through and we figure out just exactly who the Saints are going to be facing up next.